Hey guys, welcome to my channel. If you've watched any of my other videos, you will frequently hear me say that this channel is all about hope, healing, and wholeness. And some of you might be wondering, why has she been talking about all this calamity and everything? Doesn't sound like hope, doesn't sound like faith. But yet, in all reality, it is. You know, the Bible tells us very clearly, I believe it's in Proverbs 23, that a wise man foresees danger and gets prepared, but the foolish or the simple continue on blindly. And, you know, the Bible always also talks about preparing and knowing the signs of the times. And so that's why I have been doing this series on preparing. You know, I'm trying to be wise, I'm trying to be prepared, and even though I have a stance on faith, I am definitely preparing for anything. You know, if you have been on planet Earth, you have been paying attention to all of the calamity, the catastrophe, the natural disasters, the flooding, the fires, and other things that have been going on. And so we want to be wise, not out of fear, but in faith, knowing that we are prepared. When everyone else is in a panic, we will be prepared, at least to some degree. And so this video is about creating a bug out bag, which is what some people call it, or a 72-hour bag is what other people call it. I'm calling it just an evacuation bag so that you know what to take and you know what to prepare for in case you are given minutes to leave your house because of something, anything that goes on. And so I have it in 5 different parts. I believe it's five different sections that I'm going to be talking about, and I am going to jump right on in with food. You probably see my water in the background. I have been preparing just with my pantry items and stuff, and I have all of this water ready to go. So anyway, let me jump right on into the video. I hope you enjoy it. If you do, please hit the thumbs up. Please share this with family and friends who might also find it useful and helpful. And without a further ado, here goes. So this is a daily food pack that I would recommend in what I'm preparing. I strongly recommend that you put your food in one of the Ziploc bags. This is a large one. Not only is it best for when it might rain or your pack might get wet or whatever, but also you can reuse the bag. You can put trash in the bag, or you can put other things in the bag that you just want to make sure that you want to stay dry. So as you see, the first thing that I have on here is fruit. And for the fruit, I am using dried fruit only because if you get those cups, it just takes up a lot more room. And so most of the things that you'll see me put in my pack are dried, something that you can flatten. And this is going to be a lot lighter as well than those actual cups. And with all the stuff going in your bag, you want to make sure that you make things as light as possible. Bars. I have 2 bars on the list, and these are the ones that I'm putting in the pack. Use whatever stuff you like as far as the bars are concerned. I have protein pack. So the chicken or tuna or whatever. Again, I'm not getting the pack with the crackers in it only because it takes up more room and this is going to be lighter. And then I have my protein stick. And this is just like a regular Slim Jim or whatever brand you like. I also have the long one. So, but for this, I'm going to put this little stick in here. And then I have my granola or other snack. And for this, I am going to put my blueberry clusters in here. Again, it's flat, it's light, it's going to be easy peasy to carry. And of course, You gotta have your water. And so I have a tiny water. At first, I wasn't gonna fill it up. Get one that was already full. But if you have to leave, you don't know when you're actually gonna be able to get to water. So I have a small Dasani. This is the only thing that is not flat in my pack. And then finally, I have a utensil pack. And although none of the things outside of your chicken or your protein pack will need utensils, you want to make sure that you have this in case you have an opportunity to eat some other types of food. So you want to make sure that you have your utensils. In addition, if you saw my video on pantry prepping, you also want to make sure that you have disposable utensils. You want to have your plastic utensils. Okay. So this is what the final pack looks like. As you can tell, I still have room at the top in case there is something else that I can quickly grab to put in there. Let's say like an apple or an orange or any fresh fruit or a banana. I still have room in here. So this is the final snack pack. Other things that you might want to put in here are things that you probably want to stay dry, like Kleenex, like napkins, things of that sort, if you need extra napkins. Definitely, if it's summertime, you want to make sure that you are prepared with insect repellent. So make sure that you're prepared with your insect repellent. If you are a woman, be prepared just in case. Obviously, you want to have a toothbrush, toothpaste. I got these at the dollar store, so it's the perfect size. It's travel size. You can also get them at certain drugstores, especially during the summer when it's travel season. Antiseptic wipes in case you get a cut or something like that. And then you can make sure that you have your bandage, your Band-Aid to go along with it. And so not only is it great to make sure that you kind of stay up on your vitamin C, but also it helps you maintain your levels of energy. I like my mirror because even though you might be having a crazy situation going on, listen, it doesn't mean that you have to look crazy, okay? So Advil, you never know if you're going to be needing some sort of pain relief. Like to have that Pepsid AC because you know you could have a stomach situation go on, and when you are not at home, that is not the most comfortable feeling. So make sure you have something to deal with some sort of stomach situation. These are the alcohol swabs that I was referencing earlier. It's great to have these in addition to the antiseptic wipes. Of course, you all know about alcohol. I won't go into all of that. I like to have chapstick because if you are in the elements, the first thing that happens to me is that my lips will start getting dry. So I like to have some chapstick. That's just a little extra thing. Definitely want to make sure that you have some wet wipes. Wet wipes, wet wipes, wet wipes. Awesome. And this is my my spray, my antiseptic spray or whatnot. I fill this up with alcohol and I can either, wipe my hands with it. I can spray something off with it. There's just enough in here. It's not too big. It's not too small. But you can stick it anywhere, and it's got this handy dandy clip on it too. Don't forget your sewing kit. Kleenex, Kleenex, Kleenex. Good to have. And also never forget the lotion. So this is what we're looking at as it relates to just maintaining yourself, any type of medical related needs that you might have, making sure that you have pain relief, bandages, antiseptic, and that you are prepared for all things. So one thing that I think is obvious, but I think people don't either think about or maybe forget, is making sure that you have money, cash in different denominations, and also make sure you have a designated credit card. And you definitely want to make sure that you put all of this in a Ziploc bag as well. So the other thing that you want to make sure that you have in your backpack or your pack, your evac pack, is a power bank. And this is one of my favorite ones that I have because it specifically tells me what percentage I have left on the power bank. But a better option that I also love is having a solar power bank, because obviously you can power it up in the sun. You do not need to worry about not having electricity. And along with those things, and I would suggest going to the dollar store or some other cheap option and getting cords that are specifically designated for your backpack so that you can make sure everything is in your backpack and you're not trying to pull cords at the last minute, because again, you might only have minutes to get out. So another thing that you want to make sure is in your pack is a pad of paper and a pen. You might need to keep a note of something or whatnot. So you always want to make sure that you have pen and paper. And I like Sharpie because obviously Sharpie is not going to wash off. You can write it pretty much. You know, I could have put a lantern on here, and I was thinking about a lantern, but this is my absolute favorite flashlight. And I like it because not only is it super bright, but it's also tiny. So that means it's easily fitting, you know, it can fit in your backpack or whatever your pack is. It's got this clip so you can clip it onto something. The other reason I really like this flashlight is because not only does it have that hook, not only is it small, not only does it give a lot of light, but it is magnetic. You definitely want to make sure that you have a knife, because you never know if you might need to cut something. This is a great tool to have. You cannot go wrong with masking tape. Masking tape can solve a number of problems. So even though this isn't great masking tape, this will do in a pinch if you need to hold something or keep something in its place or whatever. Definitely want to recommend getting a headlight. And of course, this goes around your head or whatever. If you're carrying something, if it's in the dark, if you don't have hands to be able to hold a light or whatnot, these things are really invaluable. It is battery operated, and most of the time when you buy one, it comes with the batteries. And to keep up with everything that is going on, make sure that you have a hand crank radio. This is great because you don't need electricity. It's a hand crank and it gives you all kind of stuff. It is so tiny, it can fit around your wrist. It's a great resource. Having one of these can keep you up to date with some of the local newscasts on what the actual condition is and when it might end, or if it's getting worse or whatever. So make sure you have one of these. Have either an umbrella, a mini tiny umbrella like this one. I love this one. This has saved me so many times. Or make sure that you have a poncho. I was looking for my poncho. I couldn't find it, but definitely want to make sure that you have something in case it starts raining. And finally, you want to make sure that you have all of your important documents, including passport, birth certificate, social security card, and any other important documents. You want to make sure that all of your important documents for your family are in one place. And in addition to this, you also want to make sure that this is in a Ziploc bag. Okay, now we're moving on to clothing. As you can see, I have my shirt, I have my leggings, I have a hat, and I have my socks and a mask. Quick tip, if you are able, roll your things, because you'll actually save yourself from room when you put it in your backpack. In addition to your clothing, you definitely want to make sure that you not only have your regular shoes that you would be wearing, but also some flip-flops. If you have the opportunity to take a shower, and let's say that it was in a place where the floor did not look so clean, you would definitely would not want to put your feet on that. And that is going to take us into our next. So if you have a furry little one like this, or a furry big one, don't forget to make preparation for them as well. You can get these small food bags at the dollar store. In addition, you know, they also want to have their little treats or things that they like to eat during the day or whatever you give them, if you give them anything. So I picked up these little fun size things as well. And don't forget your collar, your leash. This is Lucy's travel leash and her collar. And I keep it in this little, like it's a little takeout dish or whatnot. And it's the perfect size. And then this doubles as not just a container for her collar and her leash, but also this is what her food and water would go into. I just have one dish where once she eats her food, then I can put her water in here. So I'm not going to be carrying multiple dishes and things of that sort, but this one dish will do for her. Okay, I hope that you guys enjoyed that video. If you did, again, please make sure you give me a thumbs up. Please make sure you leave any ideas, comments, suggestions, or anything else below that you believe would be a great thing to put in one of these bags. And also share this with people who you feel like it might be helpful to. I will see you guys on the next video. Have a great one. Bye.